2025 annual homemade gnocchi session. As you notice, here in Western New York, we have the nasally dialect in our voice, so we pronounce it gnocchi. But Google Translate or other places in the country may pronounce it gnocchi or gnocchi. This is a tradition handed down from Joannine Carbone, our great-grandmother, to Emily Carbone. And we do this every year at the holiday. The first step is to get the board out. Now this board was part of a kitchen counter at Emily and Michael's house on 3 Oasis Lane. And as you can see, it's in the shape of a sink. So this is where they cut the sink out. So we've repurposed it over the years to use as the gnocchi making board. Who knows what bacteria is in this board? My mom does claim to wash the board thoroughly every year, but we'll see what happens. The second step is the mashed potatoes. So we follow 4 servings. Once again, we're doing a quarter of a recipe this year. We're not doing the full recipe because the family has decreased over the years. So those are the instant potatoes. So it'll be 1 1/3 cups of those potatoes, 1 1/3 cup of water, a half a teaspoon of salt, and then we will add 2/3 cup of milk.
2/3 cup of milk.
And eventually 1.5 pounds of the low moisture ricotta. This is impastata, purchased at Lombardi's in Fairport. Here's the mixing of the potatoes. The next step is to mix the flour. This year we are using 1 1/4 pounds of fine semolina flour and 1 1/4 coarse or just regular semolina flour. There's the flour in the bowl. You can repurpose these bags if you have a dog. Use them as poo-poo bags.
So we're gonna put 1 egg.
This is for mixing the dough, 1 egg.
Martha Stewart, eat your heart out.
Then we're gonna put the potatoes and the ricotta cheese in the bowl.
Okay. Here comes the ricotta.
The spaz hands can't get open.
Okay. We'll need a
Next, the potatoes will go in the bowl.
They've cooled a little bit.
And we are using this flour dough mixing machine.
KitchenAid mixer.
The KitchenAid 6-quart, 570 watt. One teaspoon of salt in the mix. We also do track the relative humidity and the temperature just to see how that impacts the dough. And we do log this in a journal every year.
Okay,
Now we start adding the flour
slowly.
1 cup at a time, and we mark down on a piece of paper how many cups we use, because it's different every year.
Depending on the humidity.
Depending on the humidity. There's the mixer. There it goes. And we are at 4 cups of flour. The machine's doing the mixing for us. So here's the journal, and last year, 2024, we used 8 cups of flour. We're already at 5 this year. Here's the recipe in the family cookbook. There's a picture of my mom on the right with Emily Richards, my grandmother, making the gnocchi back in the 80s. We're at 5 cups of flour. It's a little sticky. It's probably good practice to get a little extra flour just in case this could happen, because otherwise you may have to go to the store in the middle of the whole process. And the store is about 20 minutes from here. So we're at 7.5 cups of flour. We ran short of the good flour, so we're gonna have to add some white flour. But in the old days, Emily did use the white flour because it was cheaper. She wouldn't go for the good stuff. So it's different every year. So we're gonna put about a 1/2 cup of flour down on the board before we dump the dough out. And in the old days, this was all done by hand, the kneading, but the machine, the KitchenAid, has replaced some of that manual work.
Yeah, that's good.
Huh?
We've cut the dough into 2 pieces to start, and we'll begin the kneading process. So you want the dough to be moist but not sticky. It's a very delicate balance. So right now,
Can't stick to the board.
it can't stick to the board. So right now we are making loaves.
Not quite.
So this process will be loaves, logs, snakes, and then turds, as we call them. So we're going to keep cutting the loaves, splitting them, and then kneading them to get that moisture balanced.
Mixing them with the other person who's kneading, because we knead at different paces and depths.
Right. So we're gonna now turn the loaves into smaller logs.
This one may even be too big.
You don't want them too big. So this year we ended up with 12 logs. So now we are ready to turn the logs into the snakes. We're now transferring the logs to another board where we will cover them so they don't dry out while we make the snakes. So now we're starting to make the snakes. These are roughly 3 to 4 inches. And then you roll the snakes into an elongated form. I've been petting the dog, and I have properly sterilized my hands once I begin making these snakes. The snakes,
When it's
usually about 1 foot long, I'd say. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, because the dough is a little dry, the snakes don't stretch it like as easily as they can,
Right.
but I think we'll be all right.
All right, there's one snake. So one log made about 5 snakes. And then from the snakes, we're gonna cut them into turds. And then we are gonna roll the turds, and we have these nice pasta boards, or you can use a fork. That's how Emily did it, with a fork, but I prefer the boards.
Bob gave this to me for my birthday, for Christmas one year.
Real romantic.
Here, yeah.
All right, we're thinking the snakes were a little bit too thick because we're trying to get an ideal size here for the turds. Kim just ate a raw piece of dough. I don't know about
With
that.
raw egg in it.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a problem.
How
So
are those?
those look pretty good, I think.
So these get passed on to the next station.
Right? So there's the turds. We've determined an ideal size, and now they are rolled on the pasta board to give them the grooves, which increases their surface area, making them hold the sauce better. There's Amelia on her
Are they all
board.
right?
Yep.
I think that's good. Amelia kind of looks like Ruprecht in the small chair there. So then the turds, once they are rolled on the board, will go onto a pan, and then these pans go in the freezer. making the turds. How's that size?
That one's too big.
Really? Not a perfect science.
I might need a fork so I can do one video of how Grandma did it.
With the fork.
Yeah.
We only have 2 boards.
Well, oh, that's true. Give me a fork.
All right, roller. Here we go.
And I thought you bought your own board.
Well, you have 2.
We might
No,
have
those
3.
are mine. Those both are mine.
I think we had the same discussion last year.
We have it every year.
I think these are
All right,
pretty
this is
good
how my
size.
grandma used to do it. On the fork.
Which I like better.
No, I like the board.
Now, if you have OCD, you line them up perfectly.
Right.
Like M does.
Right.
However, order is really not one of my obsessions, but that's all right. All right. I'm just putting them on the tray right now.
Go. Go, Michael, go.
That one's a little thick.
Faster, 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 go, go, go. Okay, here we go.
What's that, like a minute a log? A minute a snake?
51 seconds.
Yeah, let's see what.
Even less than that. Kim, this is Kim going slowly.
So I got about a minute a snake. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, your production's 1 minute a snake. Michael's using the gnocchi board. I'm using the fork method.
Nice and slow.
I pick up each one and place it.
And this is how many more logs we have to go. And we've been doing this for about 4 hours.
Since 1.
Since 1, and it's 4:15.
This tray is almost full.
There's Amelia helping out.
Yeah, really helping out.
I'm averaging about a minute a snake.
I don't even know what I'm averaging.
All right, so once the trays are full, we put them in the freezer because we're not eating these right away. And we freeze them so they don't stick together. So there's a completed tray.
Another one going in.
They go into the freezer, probably for about 20 minutes, and then we put them into the bags. Here's a trick of the trade. Put a couple of glasses on top of the tray. That way you can get more trays in your freezer.
So the bags are down there, starting the bags.
Starting the bags on the bottom of the freezer. So after about 3 hours of work this year, we ended up with 3-gallon bags. The gnocchis are all frozen here. Here you may want to get a shot of the 3 bags. There they are. They're all ready to go, and we traditionally eat these on Christmas Day. We hope you enjoyed the video, and happy holidays.